Yeah, I think we're going to need a bigger boat.
Wow. You have to get up, do what they do. But that was insane. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Come on. I make go records, baby. I'm liking this.
Hello, my name is Clay. Thanks for tuning in. Welcome to the last of these belated Hawks recap videos. As I mentioned in previous videos, I was out of town during this entire California part of this road trip, so I'm just getting to the videos now. Thanks for your patience. I appreciate it, but I'm back now, so the on-time Hawks recap videos will come from here on out. But the Hawks playing their 14th game of the year in San Jose against the Sharks, and if I want to put it optimistically, I would say they lost this game by a score of 4-2. Now, the Hawks came into this game with the opportunity to end this road trip on a good note. They got 3 out of a possible 4 points in their back-to-back against Los Angeles and Anaheim. And with this game, they could possibly end the road trip with 5 out of possible 8 points. I will take that every time. But the Hawks did not come to play. And all you need to know is that the Hawks got outshot 14-3 in the first and 12-5 in the second, and that's just not a good recipe for success. Now, the Hawks did make a push very late in this game with like 3 minutes left to go in this game that almost sent this game into overtime. Brandon Saad getting a goal, and then Duncan Keith with the extra attacker. Leonard pulled from net. Keith getting the goal, and we had a goal like that against the Kings. We have one like this against the San Jose Sharks, and it's important to be able to get those types of goals. It's very much a confidence booster to be able to say, hey, if we pull our goalie, we can find ways to get a goal. That is a positive trait to have. The problem is you don't want to be in the situation where you have to do that a lot, and right now we're in that situation more often than not. Hawks 0 for 3 on the power play in this game. If they get a single power play goal in this game, they send this game to overtime. The Hawks are close in a lot of games this year. They're losing games by like 1 goal. They lost by 2 goals in this one because of an empty netter, but if you take away the empty netters, the Hawks have lost most of their games by a single goal. So the Hawks are close, but they need to be able to put it all together to be able to get the results they need to be able to get wins, and it's just not happening right now. The Hawks, they're putting some decent efforts together, but then they're putting some clunkers together like they did in this one. And like I mentioned in the previous video, they're just so bipolar right now. They need to find consistency. They need to make their bad games less bad. They need to find a way to put offense together, defense together, and special teams together, all somewhat competently together. Once they can do that, they'll start getting wins. But right now, it's just such a struggle early on this year. Now, you got to remember as well that the Hawks are without Connor Murphy. He's injured, so it's not like the Hawks are playing with all of their defensive players, but that isn't really an excuse. The Hawks still need to be better defensively. The Hawks need to figure out ways to not turn the puck over as much in the neutral zone. They need to figure out ways to get the puck out of the zone cleaner. There's a lot of things to work on. But even with all those things that they have to work on and all those things that they aren't really doing all that well, they're still very close to getting results in these games. And I hate to do moral victories for losses because I don't really like the fact of moral victories because, well, they don't count for anything. Like, it's not as bad as it seems, but they really need to figure out ways to just play better. So the Hawks fall to the Sharks by a score of 4-2. They end this road trip with 3 out of a possible 8 points. That's not good. The Hawks have 4 wins in their first 14 games this year. That's not good. There's a lot of things to point your finger at. There's a lot to be upset about. There's a lot to be disappointed about. You can say we should fire Coach Colleton. I don't know who you'd replace him with. There's not a whole lot of talent out there. There's not a whole lot of coaches on the market at this point in the season. I don't know what you're going to do there. You say blow up this team. I don't know how you're going to do that in a good way, considering the amount of no move clauses or no trade clauses a lot of these players have. You're going to have to give up some decent stuff to just get rid of those contracts. And quite frankly, like, we're just underperforming, really. You look at last year, the offense the Hawks had. If they just had that offense right now, they would have more than 4 wins. They might even be over 500 right now. The Hawks offense is just not putting it together right now. The Hawks have been just inconsistent. They're close. And they need to turn things around. But there's not really a whole lot the Hawks can really do right now, or the organization can really do, except just try and find a way for the players to turn this team around, to turn this season around. That's the hope and the leadership that we have. Taves and Kane and Keith and Seabrook and all these guys who have been around, they got to find a way to play better themselves. They need to find a way to get this team back on track, because that's really the only realistic way this team is going to be able to do it. There's not really a whole lot the organization can do at this moment in time to turn the season around. The Hawks, they just got to find ways to be more consistent, to put results together, to string wins together. And, well, we're just stuck here as fans waiting for that to happen. I guess the good news, though, is the Blackhawks are now done with this road trip. They get to come home. Well, that might not be good news. The Hawks haven't really played all that great at home this year, but they do get to play a team that didn't make the playoffs last year, but have had a really good start to the season this year in the Vancouver Canucks. And you might think, why is that a good thing? Well, Hawks have done pretty well against those types of teams this year. We've done well against the Edmonton Oilers. We've done well against the Anaheim Ducks. And, hey, we might just do well against the Vancouver Canucks. Who knows? Maybe that's our thing this year. We'll just have to wait and see. With that said, thank you so much for watching this belated Hawks recap video. I know it's a short one, but, I mean, with the effort the Hawks put into this game, I mean, there's not a whole lot to really talk about. There's not really a whole lot you want to relive. So, figured I'd keep it short. Finish off these belated videos. Let's move on from here. Let's go to our regular scheduled programming. Hopefully the Hawks can pick up their play, put better efforts in, put things together. That's at least the hope. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments section. Like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate that as always. But most importantly, stay safe, make good decisions. Hopefully the Hawks can turn this around. And hopefully I see you then.